Hey y'all, what's going on, man? You know I'm coming. I just gotta do all my shares. Um, okay, and we're gonna start off with some music. I noticed y'all like when I play the music first before we begin. So let me see, what song am I gonna start with today? Not that. Start with this one.
These niggas stuck, man.
You hear that bass knock, right? You hear that bass knock?
I've been eating hot belly, greasy face.
You hear that bass knock? You hear that bass knock? Got a little something in the back. Got a little something in the back. Pray I see the gates.
But we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble it. Point the beam like a pistol and then you gotta swallow it. Point the beam like a pencil and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental and sitting come demolish shit. Niggas all on they mental and get the wine like a bitch. Just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck. Keep it real, everybody out here lying. Save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying and dust. Niggas for my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they flying with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in a rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that. Gonna hit a spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that. Wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga. Hell no. Then she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me come and hit the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, I know coming back. On my soul, couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas, I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas, I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga.
Yeah, I think this song on this channel, yes, I think so.
Stuck for my niggas, I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga. The full Nicky on my waistline like a big nigga. No limit, I'm a tank, close game, hit different. They focus on who around, not concerned with who's missing. My boots big and never been a house show. She don't like it, but she love me. I can tell when she want me. They'll tell, then I set the body bag like a one single. I'm driving every day, let my feel come, still smile through the pain, but we'll find shit. I know that I don't know shit. One thing I know this, never bite the end of each, never learn the whole shit. We don't want half of the world, man, we coming for this whole shit. But in the world, I was gonna pack back like a road. I'm in the pen with the lanes, I'll be living this in real gain everything. But you gon' lose your soul, that's a real game. Led by a coward, I don't know what that feel like. Black on black toes to my head, I can't kill.
Come on, man. Why you stop playing?
Where's he going
Where's he going
with
with
this
this
shit?
shit, huh?
Oh no, you belong to somebody new. Trust tonight. If you didn't know that you're through now. If you didn't know that you're through now. You
I gotta bring the song back. They said I froze. So I gotta bring the song back because they said I froze. So give me a 1 first before I play the song. This is Captain Tazaryach. Give me a 1. Let me know if I came back. This is Captain Tazaryach. It's called Social Distancing. Give me a 1 if I'm back. Can I get a 1? Can I get a 1? Thank you, Roland. Appreciate it, Roland. All right, we're gonna play the song again.
You belong to me. Where's he going with this shit? Oh no, you belong to somebody new. Cause tonight,
Shalom, good morning, man.
To me. I'm from World West headquarters. Follow my captain's orders. Live in the land of pain and torture. No straw, but they want their border. Tell Trump, fuck borders. P.S. prepare for slaughter. Never take their sons and daughters. Never give them Mars in return. Niggas never wanna learn. Till they laying in the urn. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You got to burn. Even if I gotta go with it. So fucking is you with it? Niggas never feel froggy, they just wanna rip it. If I see a bad bitch, then I gotta rip it. Your lip looking like the Red Sea when I split it. Tell me why that flow so vicious. Every time he switches, beat a nigga ass like mama did with switches. You niggas look a real gay. Where are the bitches? I mean, where are the sisters? Better stay away from witches. That's a brouhaha. Love me and she brew ya. White people hit brew now. If you didn't know, you do now. You belong to me. Hey, alright. This nigga's bonkers. From the same city as the Knickerbockers. Name ring bells from the here to Yonkers. Or Nicaragua. You niggas too thirsty, you need some agua. I ain't talking FEMA. When they kill my dog, I ain't hear shit from Peter. These niggas talk Kent, but they really mean FEMA. Captain got his eye, got my straight. Ain't a bad bitch to get the fuck off my penis. 1-2 step with a meat tree drip. Keep my circle tated in my meat tree is. If I don't fuck with you, you a piece of shit. When I dip, you dip, we dip, we dip. This type of shit that I sing to my bitch. No 6ix9ine, we don't sing no snitch. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. You belong to me. It's you, baby. One more time. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. You belong to me. One more time for the ladies in the back, hey.
Now I'm gonna switch it. Now I'm gonna switch it to some hardcore shit. This is one of my favorite songs right here. I don't think y'all ready. I don't think y'all ready for this one right here. I don't think y'all ready for this one right here.
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick loaded? But he'll page line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think? What you be done to try? Suck on shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy. Think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Walk for every day. So who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right mind the way.
You hear that bass in the back? You hear that bass in the back?
Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, you solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your arm. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a whole study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And the lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorry and I show her. She could never get a piece. You the first that neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but
play one more.
And a sucker duck bitch ass boy fuck nigga over that bitch.
I'm gonna play one more. At least I think I'm gonna play one more. I'm gonna do one more.
Hawkeye keep that stick loaded.
Hawkeye keep that stick, son.
What you think? What you be done to try? Some cold shit we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy. Think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Walk for every day. So who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right mind the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. What you bitch? Oh, you a lame nigga down to me.
I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna play this one.
You a little nigga.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 21.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. Should the murderer go to jail? Should the thief go to jail?
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels.
Baby.
Here's a door.
Payback is a dawn. Y'all don't know nothing about these songs, man. Y'all don't know nothing about these songs, man. This is all UPK music. All UPK music.
I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. Get a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. The claiming I'm lazy be killing me. Maybe this slavery be draining my energy.
I'm not playing Skin I'm In. I'm sorry. We not playing Skin I'm In. You funny as hell, antisocial. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ready to rap, crack in the sky. Make it official, I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see the rhythm in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we can all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is the
Y'all ain't never heard this one. I know y'all ain't never heard this one. I know y'all ain't never heard this one.
Like Floor, Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized.
I don't know who Lil Tony is.
We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your minority. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon, this what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you let it.
You know what's crazy, right? Me playing that, right? I got this interview on my Instagram. Let me see if I got it right here. It talks about the Rothschilds. I want to see if y'all can hear this.
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great-uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because it was primarily a movement from Eastern Europe. But they didn't...
It says it was primarily a movement made from Eastern Europe. When those Ashkenazis decided to find a land of their own, it wasn't predicated on them actually being the people. They just wanted to get out of Germany.
A movement from Eastern Europe. But they didn't clarify who was in charge of that movement. And in addition, it was after all in Great Britain. So they felt that the Rothschild family should be the one to whom it was addressed. And Walter was Lord Rothschild, and he was a Zionist. With favour the establishment of Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object. It's been clearly understood that nothing should be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine.
And that's the crazy part. In that letter, it said nothing should be done to prejudice the rights, the religious and living rights of the people that were there prior to them getting into Palestine. But we know that all was a lie. Hold on, let me see something. I'm getting a couple messages. I want to shout out this brother here, right? This brother did a commentary because somebody mentioned how I beat the pastor up. I don't think Stuart and Cliff Nettle are pastors, though. But the interesting thing, if you go back and watch that sit down with me, and even I didn't pick this up because I'm trained to kind of ignore the banter that people do when we're doing like lives. Like when I'm in a debate, because I know in a debate the goal is to distract. So what do I mean by distract? The goal is, while I'm talking or dropping a point, the goal, of course, is to get people to talk. Excuse me. The goal, of course, by them is to talk while I'm talking to throw off my point. So I'm kind of trained not to get thrown off. So I'm trained to listen to what people say. And as I'm listening to what people say, it lets me know if this is something I should chime in on or if this is something I should totally ignore. If you actually go back and watch that breakdown, if you go back and watch that interview, you'll see every time we brought up black people points, all of them laughed, not just Matan. Remember, Stewart's mantra was that God is for all people, he loves all people, Jesus is for everybody. But every time we brought up black talking points, you would hear them laugh, you would hear them make jokes. Even when we started talking about Black Wall Street and what black people built, the only thing they could come up with was Nat Turner. And it's interesting that Nat Turner was the person that they brought up because Nat Turner was deleting white people. He was not trying to build with white people. And so those are just some interesting things. So this brother here have put this video up. His name is Workers of the Harvest on Instagram. This is the video he put up.
People built their cities. Who burnt them shits down? Who burnt them down?
Nat Turner, absolutely. That's
Ain't nobody talking about Nat Turner. Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Paradise,
That sounds like
Chocolate
a funny place.
City.
Black Wall Street.
You know there's never been. You know there's never been.
You heard him say he never heard of Black Wall Street? Because in the right minds of people, nobody would ever think that we would build something that's called Black Wall Street. Right now, if y'all go on the media, right? I want y'all to go on the media right now. There's a documentary on Seneca Village, right? There's a documentary on Seneca Village. Hold on, I want to show y'all. Where did I put it at? Here we go.
Because look, before this was...
While people are furious that the new movie Central Park reveals that there was a black community beneath it. And this is the problem. This is always going to be the hypocrisy. Yeah, that was Central Park. So if for those that don't know, Central Park, there's a section of Central Park that was called Seneca Village. It was a predominantly black community. But like with all things, black people were not inherently racist. So even in Seneca Village, you had Irish, you had Irish whites, you had other races of people that were all living there. And just for the expansion of a park, they got rid of that city. If you want to go further, just dig into the highways. If you notice in most black communities, there's easy access to highways, but in white communities, there's not easy access to highways. That's also on purpose because when they was building highways, they were specifically going through black neighborhoods and they would have to buy up certain parts of land. In Route 46 over here in Jersey, there was a bar that for a long time had refused to sell to expand their highway. For expansion's sake, they would always destroy black cities. They would always divide black cities. It was nothing to just treat a black city like it was less than nothing. Today's live stream is called Smoke Fridays. What Smoke Fridays means is that you can call, you don't have to be friendly, you can cuss me out. I won't hang up on you. Initially, as long as it ain't too much cussing. But you don't have to. Today's live stream. What's today's live stream? Let me see. Today's live stream is titled me go to my history. Smoke. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Smoke Fridays. White pastor says he doesn't know if blacks are going to heaven, virgin birth, etc. Now, before I go into that, right, somebody sent me this video I want to play for y'all. Now, I don't know why they sent me this video. I'm just going to play the video. What I'm going to try to do this year, too, what I'm going to try to do is, today's January 2nd, I'm going to try to do a Car Chronicles every day of the month of January. No day off. I'm going to do my best. Let me set up my TikTok, because I got this extra phone here. So let me see. Let me set up TikTok. Let me see what we could do here. Let me go to TikTok. I'm gonna go live. Let's see, like live. Let me clean my screen. The number to call in is 862-224-9027. The number should be pinned to the top. Let me make sure the number is pinned to the top. Hold on. Oh, let me make sure my Wi-Fi not. Let me make sure. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, they hung up. So yeah, the number's pinned to the top. 862-224-9027. All right, let me see if I could change this background. Settings. Trying to see if I could change this background, because I don't need a background because I'm not driving. Enhance. Nope. I gotta learn this boards. Let me see. Nope. Let's go settings. Who can watch? Everyone. Moderators. Video quality. Nope. We're gonna go with 1080 for the video quality. Remove background noise, live GIFs, rankings. I don't know how to remove this stupid ass background. Oh, let me see effects. Oh, there. Maybe that's the effects. Background. I'm gonna select none. There we go. We got no background. Let me flip the camera onto me. There we go. All right. Every day this month, I'm going to. So the goal is every day this month. Hold on 1 second, caller. So the goal is every day this month. I gotta turn my camera on. Auto accept requests. All right. Why my camera not on though? Hold on 1 second. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Wiley calling from Florida.
What's going on, Wallet? You got a question or a comment, brother?
Yeah, question. Two questions. So, was Christ born like when they with the Romans? Are they in captivity at the moment?
Not captivity in the sense that they don't have a land of their own, but in captivity in the sense that we weren't running. The Romans were who the Pharisees and Sadducees worked for. Like even King Herod was an Edomite. So he wouldn't have been one of us.
Okay. And second question about drinking, because I know I've been going back and forth with the drinking. Can you drink or whatnot? And there's a lot of scriptures that doesn't let the kings. It's not strong drink, bad for the kings. So it's kind of like.
Okay, so drinking is lawful, right? But drinking in moderation is what the warning is. So when you see, let me see if I can find this. The Apocrypha is like one of my favorite chapters to discuss it. I'm just going to see if I can find the scripture for you. So, of course, drinking is lawful. It was made to make one merry. But there's a danger that comes into drinking. Like, what do you think an alcoholic is, for example?
Abomination.
No, an alcoholic, the person. The idea of alcoholism, abomination, I agree with you. But what do you think alcoholic is?
Is like an abuser.
Yeah, like let's say if I was to go have a drink and I end up being, drunk, real boisterous, real loud, XYZ, would I be a drunk?
Yeah.
No, actually not. That wouldn't make me a drunk. That would tell me I drank too much that day. But now let's say if tomorrow I did the same thing. Let's say if I hope I'm let's say if I drink tomorrow the same way, then the next day like that. That's what a drunkard is. So like you'll know, everybody knows somebody. Hey, Shalom, one second, brother. To everybody in my TikTok audience, I don't know how. I think I'm gonna end this and start this over on TikTok. I'm just gonna start it over just because I don't know why my camera wasn't on when I went live. So I'm gonna just try to do it with my camera on. And let me see if I can do this the right way. Bear with me 1 second, brother, if you don't mind.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to show my face. Let me edit. Nope, got that. Device camera. There we go. Okay, there go the device camera. There we go. I think I got it. So now let's say everybody knows somebody in the community that's like the town drunk, that he's known for getting drunk. Y'all got somebody like that where you live at?
Facts.
That's what a drunk is. So a drunk is not somebody that, you see them, I might have had a little bit too drunk. Because there's been times where I've drunken half a bottle, don't feel anything. And then there's times where I've had 2 drinks. And them 2 drinks just threw me right over the top. To where it's like, damn, Cap, like I don't even know why that affected me. But then I learned a lesson from that by not going and drinking like that again. I might learn a lesson from that by not overly drinking. But if you consistently drink and you don't have control of your faculties, your memory is shot, you're violent, you're fighting, that's what you want to be mindful for. I want to read these scriptures for you if you don't mind. This is in the Apocrypha. This is Ecclesiasticus, the 31st chapter. And this is verse 25. It says, show not thy valiantness in wine, for wine hath destroyed many. The furnace proveth the edge by dipping, so doth wine hearts of the proud by drunkenness. Wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately, because that's the purpose of wine. The purpose of wine or a strong drink is to enjoy it. It's made to make you merry. It's made to help you have fun and laugh. Sometimes, you be going through stress all day and then that drink is what you need. Sometimes you might be a little nervous about something and that little drink can settle you down. That's what it's for. But then it says, but wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of mind with brawling and quarreling. Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool until he offend. Because most people that get drunk, what do they do when they're drunk? They offend many. Because they don't know how to handle themselves. It's like, damn, this why I don't like drinking with you. Every time you get drunk, you act like this. You're familiar with those sayings, right?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's to where you don't even want to hang with the cat. Like, even if it's time to go to the club, I don't want to go to the club with this cat because when he get drunk, he starts to fight with everybody. I don't want to be around that element. That's that cat.
Yep.
And, and the crazy part about it is that, and this is something I've learned to do in the truth. When I see brothers that are like that, the first thing I try to do is when they sober up is to try to see why they're drinking like that. Because usually a drunk is drinking like that because of some type of depression, some state they're in. It can be a disease. Like drunkenness is something that can be passed down hereditarily. Just like diabetes can be passed down hereditarily, just like drugs can be passed down hereditarily. So there's a danger within drinking. So although it's lawful, it's not meant for us to just be overly drinking like that. You understand?
Okay. Understood.
All right, one second, brother. To the people that just joined on TikTok, for those that don't know, I do a dual live stream, so I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok at the same time, and plus people could call in. So to the brother paparazzi, I'll bring you on right after I finish this call. All right. All right, no sweat. All right, go ahead, brother. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, one more thing I just remembered. So I was watching you go against the Sinner and the Saint or something like that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so like every time we go online or whatever and debate these fools, like why we don't, I think you did bits and pieces like for a couple seconds, but then I don't know, but you were starting to say what he believed in, like if we believing in something that he against, like why don't the argument flip on, okay, if we wrong, then what do you believe in? Like, you know, put it on them, because I'm like, because I watch him a few times and like he like to say passages from the Bible and whatnot. But
you know what's crazy? I never watched him. You know what's crazy? I've never really watched him before.
Yeah, I actually started liking him until, you know, he go against us. And I'm like, nah, bro. Same thing with what's the Fugazi. I used to watch him, but once he went against us, I was kind of like, nah, man.
Yeah, so you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I never heard of neither one of them until somebody sent me a text message about them. I had never known who neither one of them were.
Facts.
And what I mean by that is like, because I think when COVID hit, a lot of content creators started popping up because, of course, nobody could really go outside, and it was a great time for content. And so even I remember when No Jumper filed for bankruptcy a little bit because, filed for bankruptcy because No Jumper had got extremely popular during COVID, and they had bought like this big studio, but then when COVID was over, they wasn't getting the numbers they was getting, of course, because now everybody's outside. So I think the No Fugazi, the Saint, the Sinner. Now the No Fugazi to me is more popular than the Saint Sinner dude. I think No Fugazi, I think he got more subscribers. I think his content is better than the Saint Sinner guy. But I didn't know of neither one of them. Like today, like I put out a video of me and No Fugazi going back and forth because I think this month was the year that I first encountered them. It was me and Gorilla Hebrew and them on their channel before. And then the Saint guy, somebody sent me their video back in July, and then that's how I met them. But I don't be knowing them. Somebody in the TikTok said Captain T been dealing with false prophets for a very long time, which I have. And I think, and Bezos even made a good point, like Saint is a contrarian for content. So for me, the reason why I deal with all of these, it's the same answer with everybody. Always remember this, whether they're white, black, Chinese, it doesn't matter what they are. If my people listen to them, it's good for me to have a conversation with them. And what I've always gotten out of every conversation I've had with them is that it helps people leave them alone, because it's almost like before I sat with them, it's like they had a voice or they had some intelligent thing to say. And then when they sit with somebody that can actually dissect their bull crap, then it becomes, damn, I'm gonna stop listening to them. That's how it almost is with everybody. So I think it's a good thing to keep going into these spaces. Only thing I will say is I do change like my approach, meaning like when the last time I was on with Saint Sinner, that mic control he had, that means the next time if I was to join him, he would have to either join my live stream or we would in a neutral party. Yeah. So he can't do that. Like once I see you start doing those things, same thing with No Fugazi. Like people like that can't control the mic. Because with me, if I got control of the mic, I'm not going to control your sound. I'm not going to try to mute you or be quiet. I'm going to make sure we got the same voice, because I think it's better if we're at the same playing field and then I beat you. I don't think it's good if I got to get some type of technical advantage. I think that shows a level of my superiority over you, because if you thought you were smarter, you wouldn't resort to those type of tactics. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, because you was fading out, I think, right? when both of
Yeah,
y'all started talking.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they told me he
that
had
was
some type of.
crazy.
They told me he had some type of mic enhancement to where whenever he spoke, it would drown my voice out.
Ah,
But I'm not knowing that at the time. I'm going on my StreamYard, making sure my mic volume is not set to automatic adjust. I'm making sure it's turned all the way up, not knowing that no matter what I did, that whatever he had in place would block me from that.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's all I have for you
No
today,
sweat.
man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it,
All right,
brother.
man.
All right. Hey, Paparazzi,
Yes,
you
sir.
there? On TikTok. Paparazzi, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Did you have a question or comment or something like that?
Yeah, just a quick question, man. I just wanted to know what's the ISUPK stance on like planets? Cause I don't really think it's other planets. I just think it's just stars. I think the images they put out is like fake, but you know, who knows? You know, they come up with all kind of stuff.
Our official stance on planets is that it's just planets. Whether it's planets, stars, we know that the Most High created a universe that's vast. So whatever's out there, that's the Lord's creation. I have never been to a planet to care. That would be our official stance.
No sweat.
All right, was that it?
Yeah, that was it. Just a lot of stuff been popping up on my TikTok.
You know what's crazy? You know what pops up on my TikTok? What pops up on my TikTok a lot, and I don't give it no credence, but I'll say it being that you talk about the planets and fakeness and stuff like that. The Antarctica. Do you see a lot of them videos like the Antarctica? You know what I say, and this to my YouTube audience. If y'all go on TikTok and type in Antarctica, you're gonna see videos where they swear that the reason we can't go to Antarctica is because there's like this great wall, and like we're inside this wall, and it's supposed to be like a vast another set of people and land and stuff like that. I be seeing stuff like that, but I can't really get caught up in that because I look at that just like how you said about the planets. Unless somebody flying up there giving us a real-time view, I mean, you know, who knows? You know, I usually call this, I usually call this the weed conversation. That's what I usually call this.
No, I don't smoke no weed. No, man.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you don't. Yeah, like a wall like Game of Thrones. That's what they say. A wall like Game of Thrones.
I don't think it's that deep, but just been seeing some stuff, so I just said let me chime in and ask right quick, get the thoughts on it.
Oh, no sweat. I appreciate it, man. You can stay up if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the show. For those in my TikTok audience that don't understand, well, what I would like to say first to my TikTok audience, we got Brother James just popped up here. Brother James, did you come up? Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I just heard you comment. What's up? Peace.
What's going on, brother? I'm just gonna give an announcement what the show is about, and then I'm gonna take your question or comment. So to my TikTok audience, this is kind of new for y'all. To my YouTube audience, this is old. I've been doing a car chronicles where I'm in my car since 2019, and so I do current events, biblical topics. I take callers. I take questions from callers, no matter what the subject is. We can do that live. So to my TikTok audience, if y'all could just go ahead and heart the video, share the live so more people can come on. And if you got a question or comment, you can type it in the chat. I'll try to see it if I'm looking at the chat, or you can just invite. I actually turn my invite to automatic, so you don't even need me to actually bring you up. If you want to come up, you can automatically pop up if you got a question or comment. So Brother James, what's your question or comment?
Yeah, I heard you talking about the ice wall, right? That concept, and I was wondering with Isaiah 14:13, it talks about the king of Babylon. I believe he wants to be like the Most High, and he calls Jerusalem the sides of the north.
Mm-hmm.
And would that be referring to middle? Sometimes I know there's a north, south, east, west geographically, but sometimes north, being Jerusalem, may have been the center of the earth.
Yeah, that's more so like a location of Jerusalem. When he said he's sitting on the mount of the congregation, that's actually talking about sitting on the people. That's actually not talking about a position. When he's saying sitting on top, like for example, the white man today is sitting on top of the congregation of the people. So our want of everything comes from him. We believe that Jesus Christ is a white man, that comes from him. That God loves everybody, that comes from him. Jesus is God, that comes from him. That's an example of what Isaiah 14 and 13 is talking about.
All right. All right, cool, man. I was just wondering with the Hebrew, so you can't equate that to like a center, that sides of the north.
No, you can equate it to a location. I don't know if I would say center. Yeah, I wouldn't say center, but you could say location.
Okay.
But not center.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, no sweat, brother.
That's all I got.
Somebody in the chat asked me, what you think about the FBA tether movement? Shouldn't we like this movement? So the FBA tether movement, I don't like the FBA movement. Let me see how I can say it. I like the FBA as far as separating from Africans and other races that are not us, but I don't like the FBA and their treatment of West Indians, the FBA and their treatment of Taino Indians, those that are my people. So that's where I would disagree. Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
My name is Frank. I'm calling from Brooklyn.
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment? Wait, and before you go with your question or comment, brother, and somebody made an excellent point in the chat, FBA is actually not a movement. And that's what we got to be careful about, too. The FBA themselves will tell you it's just a delineation. Like, to understand the FBA, Shalom, Lord Christ, not dissolve. I just played your DEF CON song on my Car Chronicles. To understand the FBA, if you can understand the term African American, that's what FBA is. FBA is like an updated way of saying African American. So instead of saying African American, because you can't be from two continents, FBA is now just a term to say foundational Black American. And let me let all the FBAs know, there's a movement coming that's already in place that will soon replace you. It's called the FWA, Foundational White Americans. And that's a real thing. And I guarantee you that FWA gets more respect than the FBA, unfortunately. Go ahead, brother. What's your question or comment?
Yeah, I saw a video like some years ago where a guy introduced you to a little African guy. And well, you remember that?
I remember everything.
And it was like, and you were just telling him like he's not your brother, and
right.
and now what I wanted to know is with an African, like especially a child, would that affect the way you treat them, or could you still be cool with somebody if they're African, or do you separate yourself totally from them?
I do separate myself totally from them, but I communicate with everybody based on how they conduct themselves. So when we talk about white people, Africans, Chinese, etc., we're talking about them from a group position. But if I'm talking to an individual, that's not my people. Hold on one second. Caller, hold on. But if I'm talking to an individual, I'll treat them how they act. Like like my business, I always use my business as an example. When I go deal with Arabs, so I'm going to get my oils. If I'm going to deal with Africans, going to get my oils, I don't walk in there like, hey man, you better give it because you owe me because y'all enslaved. I don't do all of that. I just go in there and say, hey man, I need a pound of this oil, a pound of that. I need 10 pounds of shea butter. I just deal business wise with them. But now let's say if I'm even like with the podcast that I'm on, when I go to the podcast with Matan, if Matan says something funny, I'll give him a little fist bump because it's funny. So it's not a person. Yeah, it's not a personal thing. I wouldn't be able to achieve, and you'll see that in the scriptures. When Joseph was in Pharaoh's house, Joseph became the visor of Pharaoh's house. So now Joseph couldn't be the visor if he was in there like F you Egyptians and stuff like that. Daniel became chief in Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. He couldn't do that if he didn't know how to move. So you can see that there's a way you can function to where you're not compromising your belief at all. One second, caller. No, you don't have to call it. You don't have to call in to speak. Gumbo, you don't have to call in to speak. When I finish with this call, I'm gonna come to TikTok and then I'm gonna come to the caller. So just bear with me a second and I'll be right with you, Gumbo. All right, no sweat. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I appreciate that. That makes sense. I just was wondering because it was. I don't know. I guess it kind of took me aback a little bit because he was a young kid,
right?
And, but you weren't disrespectful at all. But I just was wondering if
that video there. It's a lot of black people that hated me behind that video. There's a lot of black people.
I could imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of black people to this day. David, you wouldn't feed the African. You know, it's a lot of people that hate me because of that video. Even though he didn't ask to be fed. He didn't ask me to be fed. But a lot of people, you know, hated me over that video. I love that video, personally.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely stuck out. It definitely stuck out to me. But the fact that now, last question.
Okay.
Could you ever be friends with an African?
Friends is a strong word. I would say associates. I can be associates because like Africans that I do business with, you could say that's an associate, like a business. So you got to look at it like how they look at it with us. They don't look at us as friends. They look at us as somebody they do business with. When you go to your job, because most of us, when we go home from work, we're with our own people. Outside of work, we're with our own people. The most of the times that we're interacting with other races is when we're in a work environment, maybe at the gym, some type of recreational thing that we're doing. Outside of that, we're with our own people. So I would say mainly associates I can be. Friends, I wouldn't say I'm friends with anybody outside of my race.
Okay.
Even cool, I could be cool with, which is another way. You know, yeah, I'm cool with this guy. No, he's cool. He's all right. I would say that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, great talking to you, Tazaryach.
Hey, no problem, brother. All right, take care. Peace. All right. To the other caller, it says Marianne on my phone. Just hold on. I'm gonna come to TikTok, then I'm gonna come right back to you. We got Gumbo. Gumbo, you want to unmute? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, man. I have a comment and then a question, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, man, your work that you did against Mike Jones from Inspiring Philosophy, that was real good work.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah. And then just like as a clarifying question for you, your position, right? Do you guys hold that Jesus, do you guys hold to adoptionism? Like that Jesus became divine through adoption?
No, we don't hold a position that he became it, because the adoptionism, they look at it like when Christ got baptized and the Holy Spirit descended on him. They look at that as the moment he became that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It's like some hold to that, and then some also hold that it's at his exaltation.
Oh, when he was raised up, right? Yeah. So for us, we believe he was just born that way. Like he would divine, we don't mystify it. So for example, John was born divine. Like you can read when John was born with the Holy Spirit from the womb as well. And he did a great job. You know what I'm saying? And so however you're born, that's how the Lord chooses for you to be born. Even so you're familiar with when Mary came to Christ and said, we ran out of wine. That's like the first recorded miracle is when Christ turned water into wine, right? So clearly Mary knew of things that Christ could do before baptism came, before resurrection came. And then so you also see the miracles that he did. You see him raising Lazarus from the dead. You see him making the blind see. You see him healing the lepers. So he's doing things that only through the Most High he would be able to do. So we don't look at it like he became something. We look at it like he was born that way because that's how the Lord chose to make him.
Right. And so like with the miracles that Jesus was able to perform, I take a staunch stance that Jesus, quote unquote, performing these miracles was the Father working through him, as he states himself in John 14:10.
That's facts.
So, I think
that's facts. We agree. Right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that was my only question.
Okay, no sweat. We got Unknown at the top. Unknown, you there?
Oh, what's going on, man? I saw your debate with Cliff and stuff. I like that. I like what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. I liked it too. I never knew who they were until I sat down with them. I had no clue who they were.
Me too. I didn't know much about that dude.
You know, and what's crazy is when I looked them up. I had looked them up after the live was over, and I was like, damn, they got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I did not know that. Yeah, they was pretty popular. And
I don't know about those. What's up, man?
No, go ahead. You got it.
Can you tell me about the Hebrew Israelites, if good?
You said you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah. Some quick information. I'm getting new into it. I'm just looking into it.
Oh, okay. Where you live at?
Chicago.
I can give you a number after this call for Chicago to call if you want to, right? All right. So being a Hebrew Israelite, well, we would say Israelite. Hebrew, there's a lot of terms that you might hear. You might hear Black Hebrew Israelite. You might hear Hebrew Israelite. You might hear Israelite. We use all of them, even though Black Hebrew Israelite is what we consider derogatory because that was created by the so-called Jew. But we would use that too. So, but in actuality, we're Israelites. Hebrew is the language we speak. So it's like if you see a Puerto Rican and you call them Spanish, or you see a Dominican and you call them Spanish, you call them Spanish because of the language that they speak. But we would be Israelites. And so for us, we teach that the Blacks, Latinos, and indigenous Indians of this land are the true children of God. We lost our identity for disobedience. So we go into the Bible and history to show how we are the true children of Israel. With that said, being the Israelites, we can now identify why we're in the condition that we're in, and then how we get out of that condition. So the easiest answer is that we get out of this condition by keeping the commandments. Hold on a second. As we keep the commandments of God, we then begin to, instead of being a cursed people, be a blessed people. For so long, for like 500 years in America, we have tried by doing it the American way and getting out of this condition. That would never work for us because the American way doesn't have morality. There is no morality in the American way. There's only morality in the Bible. So that's what we are as Israelites.
Yeah, and it's backed up by scripture, right? About like us getting separated around the world, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll give you the scripture.
Come together, right?
Yep, I'll give you the scripture. To be ye holy, he says, I'm asking where in the Bible did God say be a Hebrew Israelite? He never said that. That's why I said we don't say Hebrew Israelite. You won't find the term Hebrew Israelite in the Bible. That's why we just say Israelite. But Hebrew, you will find saying the word Hebrew. Like Abram is called a Hebrew. Paul says a Hebrew of Hebrews. So there's nothing wrong with using that terminology because it's like based on the language you speak. So the scripture you're asking for to unknown is Deuteronomy 28:68, when it says, know of surety that I will go into Egypt again with ships, and there ye shall be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And I think in Deuteronomy 32, it talks about us being scattered across the four corners of the earth. It might be, let me get the right verse for you. Bear with me 1 second. In the book of Deuteronomy, I think it's either 32 or 33. Let me check. Give me 1 second. They have corrupted themselves. Is it 33? King Joshua and blessings. Or was it 30? I know it's one of these. It's Deuteronomy 30 and 2, I'll read. I'm sorry, 4. It says, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God have driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart, with all thy soul, that then the Most High, the Most High thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations whither the Lord thy God have scattered thee. So you can read that all throughout the scriptures. All right.
Okay, and just another question. Since with them, is there a newfound way we should be moving? I'm guessing, right? We should be.
Yeah, we should move according to the law. That's why I want to give you the number for the Chicago school. You can join that school and you'll begin to move with brotherhood. You'll begin to move with worshiping the way you're supposed to worship, obeying the laws you're supposed to keep. You know what I mean? Like, those are the most important things. So if you're ready, I can give you the number. You said you're ready?
Yep.
All right. It's 773.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 773.
Yep.
812. 7281. 7281. That's the number you want to call.
Okay, got that. Thank you, man.
Hey, no sweat, brother. All right. Caller, before I bring you on, I just want to answer one question. Hector asks, are we close to getting implemented with the mark? The mark is already here, ladies and gentlemen. The mark is called Christianity. The mark of the beast is not a physical mark on your hand or your forehead. Your forehead is what you take in information with. Your hand symbolizes the action you take once you get that information. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? 617-202.
Yes, sir. What's up, Captain Tazaryach? This is Brandon. I'm calling from Boston.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Like to consider
you got a question or comment? All right.
I like to say I've been more than a decade following along, and it's like the most understanding way that I've been able to have a Bible study, like just following along you guys. And like I said, more than a decade, and I have not took the steps needed to go to school and to connect with them. I have not, I'm all for it. I believe in it. I'm still learning. I'm a student, but I grew up in the church, Baptist, AME church. But as an adult, it's been like the way for me. Like,
you said as an adult, it's what?
It's like the only thing that wants me to get closer to God, to Christ.
What is?
Once I've learned the brotherhood of the Israelite way and the way they teach and the way that we understand history.
Hold on one second. Hey, Natazal, let me know if it's good now. Okay, I see you said it's good now. Go ahead now.
Yeah, basically similar to the last caller. I'm from Boston, and I just want to see if you could help me or align me with some of your brothers in this region. Where I can
you say you're in Boston?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a number for you. Hold on one second. Caller, hold on. Hold on, I got a number for you, all right? Bear with me 1 second.
Yes, sir. Also, I got a question, too, when you're done.
All right, hold on. Caller, hold on. All right, let me get this number for you real fast. All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Wait, no, this number ain't for you, brother. This number for the one in Boston. It's not you, brother. Yeah, no sweat. No problem. It's 857 271 6045.
6045.
All right. And you said you had one more question?
Yeah, I have another question. So again, YouTube, internet, it's actually a blessing and a curse right now, right? There's a fellow I've been listening to. Again, when I listen to you, I treat it like Bible study. I follow along, got my Bible. You're not remixing nothing. Even though I know there's a lot that come out about this King James Version and all that, I'm still able to follow along and understand your teaching. My question is, I also ran across another brother. He is not a part of the Israelite movement, but I just want to know, are you familiar with Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell?
No, I'm not familiar with him.
Okay. It's no relevance behind the question. It's just, I know you two are two influential brothers on the internet right now that are preaching the word of God, and I'm able to follow along and understand with both of y'all.
What I would always say, you don't want to, the Bible says, can two walk together lest they be agreed? So I would never learn from someone that's not with me or not on my same belief. And what they're telling me in the chat is he's a false teacher and a pastor. More than likely, If he's a pastor, he's teaching God's laws are done away with, Jesus is God, virgin birth, all of the things that you can't substantiate within the Bible. What I would do if I was you is I would call a number I gave and just get in class and start there.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to continue to follow along every day. Thank you.
All right, no sweat, brother. I appreciate it. All right.
Yep.
All right, next caller, it says 617-202. I'm sorry, that's the one that just hung up. 656-224.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good to go, brother. You got a question or comment? Yeah, I can hear you, brother. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a question pertaining to, you said Bob Marley, according to you guys, are white, right?
Yeah, that's a white man. He got a white daddy.
Absolutely.
So he got a white father, that makes him white.
Facts.
Okay. So, okay, cool.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Hey, Judgment, hold on 1 second, Judgment. Go ahead. What you say, brother?
Okay, so Bob Marley's son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he a white man or a black man?
He's a white man.
And the son of him, is he a white man or a black man?
Everybody in his line is white. Hold on 1 second. Caller, hold on. Yeah, everybody in Bob Marley's line would be white because his daddy's white. Just like everybody in my line would be black because my daddy's black.
Well, only if your father's father.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I gotta wait 1 second. Hey, to the caller that just hold on 1 second, caller. To the caller that just joined, you gotta mute your phone or I'm gonna hang up the line. Thank you. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Yeah, I said you're only black if your father's father is black.
I don't know why you said that many
fathers. Father is white.
Yeah, the Bible said to strive not after endless genealogy. So you can how far back you could go is how far back you can go. Some people, I think the furthest I went back was like 6 or 7 generations, but some people can't go back that far. So right.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you if a woman claimed that you was the father of their kid and you don't believe you are, would you use a DNA test to prove that you're not?
Yes, I would.
So you accept modern genetics?
I accept live data. So the difference between wait, hold on. I just want to explain I just want to explain the difference.
Okay.
And the reason why I say live data, because with a child, that you're taking the swab from that child's saliva, you're taking the swab from your saliva, you're comparing it, and so that's live data. When it comes to the DNA for your ancestry, at some point, it's no longer live data. It's just a guess. That's why the DNA for ancestry, if you go to 3 different clinics, you get 3 different answers. If you do know that the DNA for ancestry was never meant to be taken seriously. It's only black people that black people take it serious because we don't have an identity.
Well, that's your claim. You know
that's not my claim. That's facts.
I don't think you could speak on behalf of what black people do.
Black people are the only people. The black people are the only people I know that take the DNA test like it's their bread and butter in life. I don't know white people. I don't know white people that make the DNA for your ancestry their lifeblood.
I understand, but let me know this, right? Because this isn't controversial. Women have XX chromosome for their sex chromosome. The last pair of chromosomes is XX. And for men, it's XY, correct?
Right.
Do you accept that? Okay. So that means that when a son is born, since the woman has no Y, he inherits his father's Y, correct?
No. You said he inherits. Wait, say it one more time so I can hear you right.
Yes. Women, on their final pair of chromosomes, right? There's 13 pairs, 26 chromosomes. On the 13th pair, that's the sex chromosome, the last pair. Women have XX, men have XY. All the other ones are called autosomal chromosomes. The last one is the sex chromosome. All right? So because women don't have a Y chromosome, if a son is born, if she gives birth to a son, that son has to, it cannot be any other way, inherit his father's entire Y chromosome.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
If you go even further, if a woman was to go get her DNA test for ancestry, she can't even pull her father's information.
You would have to ask the
She
uncle
would have
or
to ask
brother
the
or
uncle or brother. Right. She would have to ask the uncle or brother. That's how you know you are what your father is, because the father,
that's right.
or right, because the male will always carry both.
Let me ask you a question now.
Mm-hmm.
So Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael. Isaac had Jacob, later named Israel. Israel had 12 sons. Whose Y chromosome do they have?
Well,
Do they all have the same Y chromosome?
no, because I will go.
Why would they?
I'm about to tell you. I will go even further back than that, because the Lord divided them. You can go to Ham, Shem, and Japheth. When in Genesis 10 and 32, when the Lord said he divided those nations, it's the Lord is the one that divided them to be different. With Abraham having 7, I think he had 8 sons total. He had Ishmael, Isaac, and then 6 other sons. The only ones that's his is Isaac, according to the Most High. According to the flesh, Ishmael and them would be his fleshly sons. But the DNA connection or the promise connection, that would only be Israel, or Isaac, rather.
So what you demonstrated was one thing, is that there are going to be others in the Middle East who has Abraham's Y chromosome.
No, I didn't. I said they wouldn't.
Come from Abraham, it would be because Abraham also has a father.
But you're misrepresenting me. I'm saying they wouldn't. I'm saying that the Lord, what I said was that the Lord divided Isaac from Ishmael and his other 6, Isaac's other 7 brothers do not have the same DNA of Abraham. That's what I said. And I said the Lord.
Well, he doesn't have the promise.
You're inferring DNA. When you speak, well, you only talking. You stop, dude. You clearly not listening to me, or you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. I didn't speak about a promise. I said the Lord divided them. I even used another set of people, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and the Lord divided them.
Yeah.
Without the Lord dividing us, we would all have the same DNA. The reason why we have different DNA is because the Lord divided us. Shout out to Telly Knox with the super chat donation. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Let me ask you this, right? And like I said,
after
I would love to have a debate with you. But
a debate on what?
This, right?
A debate on what?
Really any topic that you want, but
I don't know you. I don't know you for you to say any. I don't know you to say for you to say any topic that you want.
Oh, okay. Well, my claim would be that the Hebrew Israelites, Black Americans aren't Israelites, and neither are the Jews. So the Jews aren't Hebrews, and neither are Black Americans.
And who are the Jews?
And the reason why I frame that,
Who are the Jews?
Say that again?
Who are the Jews?
We have no idea who the actual Jews are, but here's what we can tell. The one.
Caller, hold on a second. So who?
Because wait a minute. Here, let me make the statement short. Because, like you said, God divided them, right? He did not, however, divide Jacob, who became Israel.
He did divide Jacob.
So Israel's 12 sons have 12 Y chromosomes. Have the same Y chromosome. All 12 of Jacob's sons have his Y chromosome, has the Y chromosome of Israel. So that means that
what is
all
your
of
point,
their male
brother?
descendants, easy. If Black Americans or the actual Jews in the claim to be Jews, if they were actually the son of Israel,
but the white man is not a Jew though. So we're not the white man, right? He's an Edomite, so he's not gonna have the same DNA as us.
I know the Ashkenazi ain't Jews.
And the thing about DNA for ancestry, I would never trust that. And what I want to point out is you represent what I said earlier. White people don't go this deep about DNA. Only black people. Black people, like in Isaiah 1 and 3, you gotta be quiet. Shut your mouth, man. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now you okay.
Well, because every time I talk, you want to talk. Shut your mouth. Thank you.
Okay,
in Isaiah 1 and 3, when it says the ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. my people Israel don't know, my people Israel don't consider, that's us. That's why we think we're everything under the sun. That's why we go into DNA. That's why we go into all these different, hold on one second. Caller, hold on. That's why we go into these different doctrines. That's why we go into these different beliefs, because we don't have an identity. And no matter what you did with that DNA testing that you choose to trust, it's still not going to give you your culture, your way of life, no oral tradition. It's not going to give you any of that. So, brother, my phone
Well, I
line.
already have that. I'm Catholic.
No problem.
I already
You
have
said,
that. I'm
wait.
Catholic. Yeah.
So you said you already have that, you Catholic?
Yes, sir.
So,
White man's religion.
Yeah, so now you follow.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, yes, you
the
are.
Catholic Church
Wait,
wasn't founded by the white man.
slow down.
Catholic Church was founded by Middle East.
Slow down. So you believe in Immaculate Conception?
I accept everything that comes from the
right.
Vatican.
So, exactly. So you believe that Mary was a perpetual virgin, right?
Yep. And she ascended into heaven bodily.
That's right. And so you are worse than a white man, because you're a black man that made the white man your daddy. You made his belief system. You made his belief system your daddy. Appreciate the call, brother.
No, I made the.
Yeah, we
and you support the Catholic Roman Church.
Yes.
Rape little kids.
Now,
and everything else.
before I bring the next callers on, I didn't see my TikTok was filled up the way that it was. So Judgment was there. Judgment, you got a question or comment?
No, I just my comment more so.
Okay.
I'm happy to see you on TikTok, man. I appreciate you, man. Come out more, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to So I've been doing these lives since like 2019. So I'm trying to make, when I do the lives on YouTube, I'm trying to do them on TikTok at the same time, so I could get one big live stream done at the same time. That's my goal.
It's all good. That's what I came up here for. But yeah, man, I seen you back in Kim on trial, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
Even when you unalive, polite, you know. So keep doing. I'm happy to see you on this side. You know what I mean? So that's.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, no, it's not. You can stay on stage. I just didn't know if you had a question or not. We got Dre. Dre, you had a question or comment?
I got a question. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Feck. I just didn't get to you yet. Go ahead, Dre. Hey, shalom, brother. You got a question or comment? And we got a lot of people. And just so y'all know, we got a lot of people. So if you can get straight to your question, so I can try to answer everybody's question. Go ahead, brother.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm getting ready for my Shabbat, and I'm working today, on these highways and byways, and I'm taking this Catholic monk to his dialysis appointment, and he wants to pray for me and do all of this type of stuff, and I go pick him up, and I'm like,
you said he want to pray for you?
Yeah, he want to pray for me.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm trying to be respectful because I'm here at work, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm got all these feelings and stuff. I go and see all these, like, the white Jesus and all that, the crosses and all that stuff, and I'm like, so how do
how you navigate that?
I gotta go pick him. Yeah, I gotta go pick him back up.
You gotta navigate it and you gotta understand that white Jesus is nothing. Like, the only reason you feel some type of way is because you think it's an actual idol, right? So now if you start looking at it like it's nothing, it's going to be nothing. Like, if I walk around and I see Caesar Borgia, it means nothing to me. If I walk around and I see a cross, it means nothing to me. So you want to make sure that you don't let it vex you like that, because you're somebody that knows the truth. So you just doing a service. You're not going there to worship the monk. The monk can't pray for you. You're just going there to do a job. That's why we call it a slavery. So when you pick him up, you're going to let him get in your car. When he talking to you, it's like going in one ear and out the other. You could even say, oh, man, I appreciate that, but I don't celebrate it. Like, politely shut him down. There's a way that you could do it. But just don't let it vex you like that. Caller, hold on. You understand, brother?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, no sweat out. All right, so now I'm going to do one more TikToker, then I'm going to come to the phone calls. It says, growing. You had a question or comment?
Oh, that was perfect, because I had to go here in a few.
Okay, that's perfect.
No, man, I got to ask you a question directly,
What's up?
Man, I just seen your debate, man. I seen you cook up, what's his name? They had the little Christmas thing, dude was hitting the ball was falling all on the brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? The one The guy.
Was it two white boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
And
about.
my thing is, my question to you is, why you even go on that platform, man? They a joke, man. They sitting here doing all that, man.
You know what's crazy, right? I'm gonna tell you, this is why I go on every platform. Because I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who I was going to debate. All I was told was, hey man, you want to debate these two Christians? They like two of the most popular Christians. I'm like, yeah. Why? Because the number one religion that destroys our people is Christianity. So when I go in there and debate, to the outside world, it's like, damn, Cap, why you doing that? But to Christians, like right now, I just got a message. Like I get messages all the time from people that say, hey man, I'm glad you went on that platform. I never looked at Christianity like that until you went there and battled them. So without me battling, or without somebody coming along that can counter their position, then it's just their position. So what gets to exist? Christianity gets to exist until we go out there and debunk it. So, and even somebody in the TikTok just said, Matan brought me here. So even going on them platforms allows the truth to get more and more exposure. And so that's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate point.
Oh, all right. Because, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm sitting behind the screen ready to fight, man.
Nah, don't be ready to fight, man. don't.
Disrespectful, man.
And it be rough. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't want nobody to think that when I be on there that it ain't hard to do. It's a hard thing to do, brother. It's not an easy job. It is not.
You see how he hit that ball and that ball flew back on your man's face like
that? And all of that, you know what they expected him to do? They expected him to want to fight. Hey, don't hit me with this ball, don't do this. All of those are tactics that they do to try to get us to be the angry black men, the angry Israelites and shit like that. So when we're able to go in there and just debunk them with the information, it just makes it more better.
I seen how hard it was for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, brother. That's all.
I appreciate it.
Many times, man.
All right. All right. So now I'm gonna come to my YouTube callers, and then I'm gonna come back to TikTok. So I do the calls in order that they was on the line. So the first person that says 559-705. If everybody else can mute their phone, because I'm getting some bad static. 904, if you can mute your number. Thank you. 559-705. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Orion. I'm calling from Fresno, California.
All right. You got a question or comment?
Yeah. I am one of God's fatherless orphan foster children.
You said you want to
I'm a white kid. I'm one of God's fatherless orphan foster children.
Wait, you said you white?
I can tell you what you.
Yeah, I'm a white kid, and I grew up in black foster homes.
You're a white kid. You know how bad it is that white.
I grew up in black foster homes.
Wait, slow down. But before you get to the black foster home, you know how bad. You know how much of a bastard you had to be where your white parents didn't love you, and they sent you to a black foster home. That's bad.
No,
man.
it has nothing to do with.
Let me before you go, let me ask you a question. What's 5 plus 5?
10. No,
that's a good. Listen, he's smart. For my TikTok audience, y'all may not know what 5 plus 5 means. 5 plus 5 is a terminology that we created when someone does when either the callers don't want to deal with the question, when my subscribers don't want to deal with the callers, or when it's a waste of time for me. And for that little white kid to come in and talk about grew up. Let me tell you what white people like that are trying to do. They trying to assimilate by assuming that I grew up just like you. I didn't grow up in a foster home. My parents actually loved me, and so I didn't grow up in a foster home. You know how bad it got to be when a white kid ain't raised up by their white parents? That's bad. And look, he's still calling. So I'm gonna go to the next caller. The next caller, it says Anita Williams on my phone. I believe it's an 804 area code.
Yeah, it's me, brother. How you doing today? I talked to you, I want to say about 4 days ago.
Okay.
Me and you had a conversation about the N-word and the F-word.
Okay.
You gave me a number to call.
He won't stop calling. This little white kid won't stop calling. You want to let me know what?
I wanted to let you that I did call that number that you gave me. I called it 3 different times. I don't know if they was busy or they was doing something.
Did you text or leave a voicemail?
No, I didn't. I didn't leave a voicemail. I called it 3 different times and I texted.
All right, I'll
but I
make
did
sure.
leave
So
a
what I'm
voice
gonna do, is I'll get in touch with them and tell them, and just to make sure.
Okay,
Right?
and I also wanted to comment, make a comment on a couple of different things today because I'm unapologetically black, and I went back and watched.
Caller, hold on. But
No
you got
Fugazi and
now
all that.
just so you know, you can't be too long-winded because I got a lot of people on the phone lines. So if you can give me the most important.
No worries, thank you.
No, not you,
Thank
Deloach. No, not the woman I just joined. You just hold on a second, sis. I mean, I don't know if you're a sister or not. Thank you. I'm talking to the caller. To 804.
Well, only thing I want to say is.
Damn, I think I hung up on everybody by mistake. Hold on, I gotta call these people back now, y'all. Stop calling me, man. Let me block his number. Hold on. I gotta call him back. Hey, my bad, caller. I didn't mean to hang up on you. My bad, caller. Hold on a second. I gotta call the people back because I hung up on them by mistake. It happens sometimes.
It's okay.
All right.
Hey, Cap, I'll hold.
Wait, thank you. I appreciate it. Hold on one second. All right. All right, so 804, go ahead and finish. What was the most important thing you want to talk about first? What is it?
The most important thing I want to say right now, we got Burkina Faso looking for aid. We got all these millionaires, LeBron, all y'all athletes.
Caller, hold on.
Millionaires, billionaires. Y'all can't go to Burkina Faso and help to do more than just that country. So we have a place as black people where we belong.
You talking about Africa?
No, I'm just touching on Burkina Faso because they need aid.
Is that in Africa?
Yeah, that's in Africa.
Hey man, we don't give a fuck. Hey, we don't give a fuck, man. We don't care.
You don't care about Africa? You don't care about the...
No, I don't. What I care about is, as you talking about them entertainers with all their money and stuff like that, I give you an example. When Akon came over here as a hip-hop artist and took advantage of black culture, made all that music, you know what he did? He gave and invested into Africa. What you should be saying is that these entertainers should invest in black communities. These entertainers should invest with black people that actually care about other people and fixing their condition in their cities. That's what you should be talking about. We don't care about Africa, man. So what I'll do is, I would definitely brother, be quiet for a second. I would definitely make sure, stop. I would definitely make sure that captain gets in touch with you to do that number. But in this house,
but what I'm trying to get out is
we don't care. You're not gonna get it out. We don't care about Africa over here. Whatever African plight is, let the Africans deal with the African problem. Don't want to do anything. You don't want to help black people, but you want to sound like you want to help black people. So you're gonna say, let's help the people over in the continent of Africa. When how about you just help the black people in your own community? The black people next door, the people that need food, the people that need clothes, the people that need those things. Shouldn't that be a priority? And we shouldn't be waiting for the rich to do it. One thing I love about Israelites, no matter if they got a job or if they're the most wealthiest Israelite on the planet, do their best to help our people. We begging for the rich to do something when they're the poor. That same brother that's saying he want the rich to do something, he's not doing something himself. To the sister that called, it says Dolores on my phone.
I'm here.
How you doing, sis? You got a question or comment?
I have a quick question. I'm in the hospital, so if the nurse comes, I might have to cut it short. Quick question. I always wonder why you call the Ashkenaz Edomites. Because as far as I know, no scholar, so I'm calling to you, Ashkenaz, Gumar, that's the Gentile line. If you make them Edomites, that makes them Hebrews because Jacob and Esau were brothers. Esau is the Edomite line.
I'll tell you why. Because the so-called Jew is really Amalek. That's where they come from. The reason why they call themselves Ashkenaz is the same reason why they call themselves Romans and the same reason why they call themselves Greeks. It's because the Edomites went and took over those regions. The original Ashkenaz, the original Gomer, the original Greek would be what we would today call melanated people in origin. Or the Japhetic people were melanated people. But when so-called Alexander, his father, I'm trying to remember his father, The Macedonians, if you look up their history, when they began to go over there and conquer those people, they just displaced them. Similar to America. In America, we say Native Americans, but when you think American, you think of white people because the so-called white man came over and took those people. So when we call them Ashkenazis, Edomites, it's because originally their tribe of Edom or their Duke of Edom would be Amalek. So they're really Amalekites.
Philip II, that's
So
his father.
they're trying to go under the Gentile banner as
Yeah, and you know, that's why when I was battling the white guy on Jake Shields' podcast, the way that I cut them is that if you take the notion of being Ashkenaz, then you really, it's bad enough that they're lying, but even by calling themselves Ashkenaz, they're showing that they really have no connection to being the children of Israel at all. And don't ever think that an Edomite could be a Hebrew, because an Edomite is not a Hebrew. You're not going to see that in the Bible. The only people that are Hebrews are those that come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ishmaelites are not Hebrews. None of the other 6 sons that came from Abraham are Hebrews. The only ones that are Hebrews are Israelites.
All right, I think I got it. But if Isaac was a Hebrew, he had 2 sons. So
And
Jacob and
Jacob and Esau. But
they are Hebrews.
well, Jacob is not
Jacob's line, that's where the Israelites come.
Right, but in Genesis 25 and 23, the Most High said he was going to separate those 2 children, that they would be 2 nations and 2 manner of people. 2 nations are 2 separate people. 2 manner are 2 types of people. So Esau was a different, right? So Esau is a different type of people than Jacob. That's why you don't see a verse that calls Esau, or anybody else for that matter, a Hebrew. You never see Ishmael is not called a Hebrew. Ishmael doesn't even speak the same language. They speak a similar language, but it's not the Hebrew. It's different. Some words are the same, some words are different, because they are not considered Hebrews. So before you even get to Jacob and Esau, you got Isaac, Ishmael, and the other 6 sons that Abraham had. The division of the nations come from the Most High.
Gotcha. One more quick question. To study more about your statement that they are the Amalekites, what verse, chapter, verse do I need to tie this all in so I can get this clearly in my head?
2 Samuel, first, I'll probably text you. If you look up when the Amalekites, when Israel was passing through, and the Amalekites are the one that destroyed them, you can look that up. But I'll text the verses to you.
Yeah, because I got the breakdown with the table of nations from Genesis. I thought I was clear.
Yeah, the break.
I appreciate it.
No problem at all, sis. You take care. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Before I bring the next 2 callers, I'm going to come back over to TikTok. I'm probably going to go for a little bit longer. So we got Tay on TikTok. You got a question or comment? All right. Benaya on TikTok. You got a question or comment?
Yes, I do. Okay, what's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Shalom, man. All praise. My question and statement is, I'm doing a study right now, and I need your help to get your mindset. I read 1 Samuel 17 and 12, where Samuel, King David, and Ephrathites.
You said Samuel Ephrathite?
Ephrathite, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to wait a second, caller.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. And to get clarity, I end up going to Ruth chapter 4, where Boaz had called the elders and said that he was given that first child that came from the husband, the original unalived husband of Ruth.
But what's your question, brother?
My question is, is there a true law that states that
Hey, brother, wait, hold on one second. To the callers on the line, y'all gotta mute your phone. To the callers on the line, you gotta mute your phone. I don't want to hear your background, please. Thank you. So
my question is, to hurry it up, is is there a kinsman redeemer law where a kinsman can redeem the first son of an unalive brother with no children?
Yeah, that's in it's the law of a brother. If a man dies without a child, you can see you can see that before Moses wrote it in law when Judah with Tamar, when Tamar's husband died without a kid, and then Judah sent his son, one of his sons, to go sleep with her rather, and instead of raising up seed, he pulled out, and then the Lord unalived him for it. I believe that was Onan. So you can see that in the law. So that's the law of a brother that you're referring to.
Does that apply to Obed?
Yes.
So would that make that whole line lineage? Because and I'm only I can't. It doesn't say it. It says that Naomi is an Ephraimite, but would that be her husband as well?
No, the child is Judah. He's just raising up child for the brother. That's how you know the brother is Judah, because that's of course where David came from. The brother is Judah.
Okay, I just wanted to verify that.
Yeah, and they were all Israelites. Just so you know, Ruth included.
I mean, no, I most definitely. I didn't want to shake anything up. I read Malachi or Micah 5:2, and it said that same thing, Ephraim or Ephratah, and I wanted to verify.
Yeah, no problem. That's fine. And just so you know, the law of the brother is Deuteronomy 25 and 6. Start at verse 5, and that'll let you that'll give you the breakdown on that. All right.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right, no sweat. All right, Feck, are you there on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you got a question? You got a question, brother? All right.
I just called you. I want to hear your point. I just heard somebody that was on another podcast said the leader of the Israelite is a transgender.
The leader of the Israelites is a trans? I ain't never heard that before.
You never heard that? Now, ask me this question. Do you feel that, is that a disrespectful question?
To me?
Yes.
No, I don't really, I think any question, anybody can ask a question. It's only disrespect if after I answer it, if you choose not to accept it and try to, like if I say, no, that's not true, and then you say, yes, it is because of da-da-da-da-da, I'm going to just ask you to present your evidence for it. And if you got evidence, and if you got evidence for it,
basically because I saw one of your posts on Instagram about Tariq, and you talking about something, you called up a transgender call, and you asked Tariq, is the transgender leader of FBA.
Right.
I thought that was often weird and hella disrespectful.
You thought that was weird? You thought that was weird when I asked him that?
Yeah, I'm like, and I saw y'all together on the podcast. I thought y'all was.
That's why I felt comfortable enough to call him and answer.
Yeah, that don't even make sense. That's kind of a disrespectful question.
It's not okay. So now, before you ask me, did I feel the question was disrespectful?
Yes, I see somebody jumped off the mic and he knew that was disrespectful.
No, well, my name is Tazaryach. I don't know who that was that came off mic. My name is Tazaryach. So the reason why I asked him is because now before I asked him, the confusion came when I decided to visit Twitter, and the people on Twitter was saying, some was saying that it was real, some was saying it was a troll. Straight men was saying that they voted for this man to be the queen of FBA.
That is a troll.
Like even the fact that you still bringing it up, and you know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. You know what I want? Just let me finish. Just let me finish. Hey brother, just let me finish. And here's what's crazy. Yesterday I hop on his brother's. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, when I hop on his brother's TikTok, and he told me that they had another FBA award show. And guess who was the co-host of that award show? I'm asking you. The same transgender was the host of the award show. So now, wait, you gotta listen. See, like when you want to talk, that tells me you're not really trying to understand, and you're gonna walk away still thinking I was trying to be disrespectful. And I'm trying to give you my reason for why I ended up asking Tariq. So you really got to listen. So now, as I'm going back and forth with confusion, because some people are saying it's real. Let's say if I would have came on there and that dude said he's the queen of FBA, and then I asked him on there and everybody say no, that's a troll, I would have never asked Tariq whatsoever. But because people were saying, nah, this is not a troll, this is real, this is that, I get asked a lot of questions because I'm one of the top Israelites. So I'm used to getting asked questions. So when I went to Tariq and he answered it, I didn't go no further with it. Once he answered it, I was straight. I didn't say nothing else about it. I was done with it. It was only when he decided to make a video about it as if I was being insincere with him, because I wasn't being insincere with him. So it's not a question of whether the question is disrespectful. I should be able to ask anybody a question, just like anybody should be able to ask me a question. And then once I answer the question, if I would have took and run with a narrative after Tariq asked me the question, then I'm being insincere. But if you decide to talk shit about me, then I'm entitled to do whatever I want after you talk shit about me. So that's the difference. I didn't have no agenda with it, because if I had an agenda with it, I'd have been running with that shit to this day.
You ran with it for a minute. I guess you.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I did not. The first. No, I did not. The first incident happened in January. I stopped talking about it in January. I did an interview this past October where somebody was asking me about Tariq, and when he was asking me about Tariq, I told the story again. That's when it came back up. Then I addressed it, and then I stopped talking about it again. I don't even talk about it. I don't. FBA is nothing to me. FBA is just like saying nigga. It's like saying Negro. It's like saying African American. It means nothing to me. So I don't have to talk about it. I don't think that you can get clout off of FBA. Me being personally honest. All right. I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna go to TikTok. Now I'm going to YouTube. So on YouTube, I got 904252.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yes, sir. I wanted to, I've been listening. I wanted to inquire to you about, like, you'll say, like, the father, as long as the father is Jewish, then you're Israelite, right?
As long as the father's a Jew or
don't
Israelite.
matter about don't matter about the mama, right?
It matters because we can't intermix. We're not supposed we're not supposed to intermix. I shouldn't be with a white woman, Asian, Chinese, Hindu. I shouldn't be with none of them type of women.
Right, Robbins. I got you.
Right. So the main reason we bring it up, because of course, in this day and age, because there are so much mixing. If a brother comes in and he says, well, my mother's African and my mother Chinese, we would then just ask him what his father is, and then he can come in. Because, like, if his mother is white or some shit like that, if his father is white, he can't come in here.
Okay. So as long as they're the right color, then it don't matter.
No, not the color. No. Not the right color. When we're saying black and white, those are the racial epithets that America created. So it's not about your skin tone. It's only about your ethnicity.
Okay. Well, you just said I marry a white woman, so that's where I come up with that idea.
Right. Who created the term white? Did we create the term white?
Well, I didn't. It's not about who created the term. It's you said that, so I'm just going by what you said.
Right, and I'm trying to educate. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Slow down.
Okay, well, how are you an Israelite?
We're gonna clear it up. Slow down, brother. Slow down. What's your ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking?
I am Irish.
Okay, got it. So you're a white guy. You're white Irish.
Yep.
Okay, I only asked that because I made the mistake of calling you a brother, and I don't want to call you a brother. But we can't have the conversation. Relax. We can't have the conversation. You are not my brother. Just relax. So now, when it comes to the term white, even you, when I asked you what's your ethnicity,
I'm not asking you about white, man. I'm asking about ethnicity. Like in Numbers 36, 7 through 9 says that if you...
Shut up. Thank you. So now, even when I asked you your ethnicity, you said Irish. But when you fill out an application in America, for the most things that they say in America is white and black. we didn't create them terms. We just speak in them terms. So you might hear us say so-called white man, so-called black man. That's how we would speak. So when I say white, that's just the colloquial term that America created. All right?
Right. You said you can't marry a white woman, so I'm trying to say, so I said, so then you can only marry according to your own color. And you said no.
No, because you're introducing.
That's what you said.
Right, you're introducing color.
No, you introduced
so like
it when you
I'm
said
not.
you can't marry a white woman.
I'm a black. So
that,
I don't know if you're looking at the screen or not, but I consider myself a black man. Am I pitch black?
No, you can see you're mixed.
I'm not mixed.
You can see you like being like you're probably European.
Slow
you are. You are. You're not gonna lie to me like that.
Slow down.
You're lying if you say you ain't mixed, my man.
I can't help it if your race of people can only make that cracker ass white color.
Well,
but my race of people,
I'm
my
not
race
even
of people,
European, so how
but
can
my
it be
race
my
of
race
people,
You see what I'm saying?
you're Irish,
people,
you're Irish,
different
you're
black
Irish.
people.
You couldn't make my color. Listen, you.
You're trying to talk.
Hold on one sec. I'm not trying to talk over somebody. It's
well,
you.
Let me
see how you still talking? Shut the fuck up.
Because you're
I'll just no. You interrupted me when I said you can't produce. No, this. I give a lot of leeway to my people. I don't give a lot of don't. It's not in my repertoire to do that. And like he keeps calling back, it don't mean nothing to me. Next caller says shalom, shalom on my phone. It says shalom, shalom. What's going on, man? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a comment, man.
What's up?
Man, tell them folks.
But you want
man.
Wait.
Let's talk. I am, man.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah,
one second, dude. You gotta mute me in the background so you don't hear me on the delay.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I say, man, tell them folks grab my book on Walmart.com. Let's talk. I am, man. All praise and honor and glory be unto the Most High God, man.
What's your book about?
Noble. It's on Walmart.com.
What's your book?
Let's talk. I am, like Exodus 3:14. Remember, that's what Moses told. That's what the Most High told. I know,
but slow down. But slow down a little bit. You're talking too fast. What's the book about?
It's about I am though, you know what I mean? So like he said in Psalms 86, where we are little God. So, every day that the Shaitan be trying to tell us what we ain't, but the Most High already told us what we are.
Okay.
So it's basically, man, self-affirmation, us just speaking those things over our life.
Text me the link. Text this number, the link to your book, and I'll have my moderators put it in the chat.
All right.
904-882.
What's going on, Cap?
What's going on, brother? That last caller. Wait, before you do, I got to recap. So the last caller, the caller that was on here before for my TikTok audience heard everything, but my YouTube audience didn't hear everything. And so the reason why the white guy got irate, because when I asked him, I said, even though I'm black, do I look black? So his argument was to try to say I'm mixed, and I'm not mixed. And so all I was trying to tell him was that I can't help it that his pale white race can only make that color white. Whereas my race of people, we can make light skin, brown skin, dark skin, midnight black. We can make all different colors. And he was lost his mind after that. That's why he's no longer here. But go ahead, brother. What's your question or comment?
Hey, first of all, I'm a Christian, but that was funny. I ain't gonna even lie. That was hilarious. But let's topic, man. My first comment.
Wait. Before you do that, I gotta just make a quick announcement. Can we get the likes up on TikTok? If y'all can go ahead and heart and thumb up the video, I would greatly appreciate it. And on YouTube, a thumb up of the video costs you nothing. So if you could just go ahead and thumb up the video, I would greatly appreciate it. A caller, this must be super important. Hold on a second, because you keep calling. Hold on a second.
I was going to talk about.
Hey, dude, it's not your turn yet. It's not your turn yet, man. Relax. It's not your turn yet. Thank you. Yeah. To the 904 brother.
Oh, okay.
To the 904 brother. You can go ahead and finish now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, man, the first thing I was gonna bring up is honestly Jesus being the Most High, but I don't even want to talk about it.
Wait. Is that 904?
Yeah, this 904.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Go ahead. All right, my bad.
Yeah. No, you good. So, yeah, man, but now I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had about race, right? Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all funny, man. But anyway, man, you know, in the book of Revelation 1, you know, of course, 14, I know that's one of the biggest scriptures that people use, obviously. Like, do you believe that's literal language or is it like prophetic, you know?
What language?
Like a vision that, in the book of Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
It's metaphorical, literal. It just depends. It's a vision of prophecy.
Right. I agree. Yes, sir. I agree. Okay. That being said, when he sees Jesus, right, and he starts to talk about his head and his hair, according to the King James Version, his head and his hair being white like wool.
Right.
Is that literal?
Yeah, because you can see the same sentiment in the book of Daniel. In Daniel 7 and 9, it describes the Ancient of Days having woolly hair. And in Daniel 10, 5 and 6, it describes the same vision that John sees of Christ. Caller, hold on.
It says that his head and his hair were white like wool. So it's not just talking about, it's not.
I think I get what you're saying. The head, when it's saying his head, no, but when it's talking about his head, like my head and my hairs are black. But it's not talking about his face. It's not talking about his cheekbones and his nose. The head and his hair is white like wool. It's talking about his beard. That's what it's talking about.
Texture.
It's like white is the color, wool is the texture. That's what it's referring to. It's not talking about his face is white. It's not talking about his face is white.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Because I don't believe Jesus was white, right? That's not what I'm talking about at all. Either way, I still, I'm saying that when it says his head and his hair were white like wool, that like is like a simile. It's something like or as, right? So that's talking about Christ's wisdom, right? How he comes in infinite wisdom and infinite purity, right? That I don't believe was a literal translation of that.
All right, hey man, go teach that shit, man.
Hey, okay, well I got one more question. Hey man, why don't you debate Damon Richardson?
I've tried to debate him, but he won't debate me back. You gotta ask him that. I've asked him if we should debate. Okay. We follow each other on Facebook. So you gotta ask him why he won't debate. I've offered to debate him. You know, people don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Like nobody, it's a risk debating me, man.
Oh, come on. I ain't gonna lie, that's one you can't handle.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Everybody I debate, I'm told I can't handle. Then after the debate, we're like, damn, I thought he was gonna be the one to get you.
No, but God Logic did get you.
God Logic did not.
Come on.
On what?
On number one and Pastor Bennett, but I don't even want to get into that.
Pastor Bennett. Listen, speaking of Pastor Bennett asking for another debate right now, trying to avenge his loss.
No, Cap, he beat you.
Hey, he did not. Wait. Well, first of all, he didn't beat me in the debate and in the vote. That wasn't on my platform. It was on Sidnetter's platform.
Right. The one I think. Well, first of all, on Sidnetter's platform.
We've only had two debates. So the first debate. No, wait. No. Well, we've had conversations. But when I'm talking about the debates the first debate we actually had, the official first debate we had, I had to leave because my son was born. And he never rematched me. He was supposed to rematch me on that debate and never rematch me on that debate. Then the brother went to college to learn about Gentile salvation, came back and debated me, and then lost. He lost in the public's eye, and he lost on the poll.
No, Cap, trust me.
He lost in the poll. What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to say something. I ain't trying to argue. I'm just trying to ask questions, right?
Well, you the one saying that. You the one saying that. You said you the one saying these people beat me. They didn't beat me.
Yeah, they smoked you, Cap. I ain't gonna cap.
I retired him, man. He trying to come out of retirement now.
He beat you. Y'all had a debate about can women preach? I think it was one.
That's the one with the women preaching is the one with the women preaching is where I had to leave after my first round.
Okay, and then the other one is about can Gentiles be saved?
I beat him on that one.
No.
Go back and watch it. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna upload it, and then when you watch the poll, you're gonna see the poll, and Sinetta put up the poll. Then watch what did the poll say then?
Listen, I remember what Sinetta said. Sinetta said, "Nah, Cap, you can't deal with him."
But what did the poll say?
It was more Israelites than that.
No, it wasn't. See, that's the thing. They love Pastor Bennett on Sinetta's platform. He lost. He lost on both sets. He lost.
We didn't hear about
God Logic lost too. You know how you know God Logic know he lost? Because he put the white boy on me. He said, nah, I thought me and him was gonna do part 2 in the park. He brought the white boy, Mike, and then I beat the white boy. No, we wasn't switching. They were switching up. I thought me and Logic was doing part 2.
Something philosophy. I can't remember his whole name.
Inspiring philosophy.
He just all right. He just. I'm gonna be honest.
They thought he was gonna be better. They thought he was.
No.
Yes. No. Hear what? You gotta see. You think God Logic is better. I think God Logic is better. But they thought Michael was better than him, and they figured you get him, and then I'm gonna debate the other brother. They didn't want to debate me.
No. That's definitely what it is.
That's definitely it, man. Listen, man, I know you love him. I know you love him. I know I ain't wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I know I ain't wrong.
I'm saying that I believe that God Logic is a better debater but that's my point.
Nobody's a better debater. No, okay, wait. When you talk about that type of debate, it is you do have to have a certain skill. And in the outside world, Logic is better. I think Logic is better inside too. I think Logic is a good debater, even though I beat him. He's a good debater. If debating like that is not for everybody. Everybody can't do that. And the guy Mike, they thought Mike was gonna beat me though, but Mike just got smoked. Listen, everybody gets smoked. Listen, man. Oh damn, I done hung up on both of them.
Listen, I knew it was a problem when Zion Lex did not want to debate Tazaryach when Sonetta put him on there.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad. Did you hear what that brother just said? That brother just came off mic and said, I knew Cat was a problem when Zion Lex didn't want to debate him when they were sitting in front of each other.
I don't know who Zion Lex is.
Yeah, let me give you some history. Zion Lex is an Old Testament Israelite that was talking all this trash about beating me in a debate. And when it came time for us to sit down and do the debate against each other, he hit me up. He hit me up and said, "Man, I don't want to debate. Let's just have a conversation on the stage." Yeah. Listen, man, I'm the best, man. I'm the best, man.
But listen. Anybody who Old Testament
I'm the best.
Is gonna move off rip unless they understand what Old Testament.
There'll be no big up. There'll be no big up Zion Lex on this stage.
You can't.
No.
Hey, somebody delete Mika's comment, please. Let me delete that bullshit. There'll be no bigging that nigga up on my stage. I took care of it. There'll be no bigging up Zion Lex on my channel. Take that bullshit somewhere else.
Capture the video, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you too, man. All right, man. Take care. All right, y'all. I'm about to roll now. This has been an hour. This has been 116 minutes of this live stream. But listen, for the month of January, the Lord is what ISBK. The proof is Captain Tazaryach. Shout out to Not Tazar. Appreciate that. But I'm going to do it live every day for the month of January. For the month of January, I'm going to do it live. Let me go ahead and get to these funky ass super chats. I'm not taking no more calls, y'all. It's too long. The live has been too long. Please, if y'all could just let me get to these super chats, because I don't want to get threatened again. I got threatened. The last time I didn't do these super chats, I got threatened.
Hey, Tazaryach, if you don't mind me,
Yeah, good.
If we didn't disagree with the New Testament, right? I'm an Old Testament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Goodall, because you taught the Goodall, right?
Yeah, Goodall is my boy. I like Goodall.
Yeah, I know. We love each other. You know, I'm in Harlem and all that, Sonetta, all that. Boom. But ISUPK is the home of the truth. Outside of that, and I just got to keep it real.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. He said ISUPK is home of the truth. Outside, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I'm trying to find, how do I get to these super chats before people lose their damn mind? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Oh no, I almost super chatted myself. Bear me one second. Let me see. I may have to scroll up. All right. First super chat. Christians watch you debate being biased. They aren't open to anything else. Their minds are already made up. That's Drop City. That's not true, Drop City, because a lot of what I'm finding out recently is that a lot of Israelites or a lot of Christians are actually heavily into oh wait, I don't want to do that. Have been heavily listening and watching, so I would have to disagree with you on that one. I shouted the $50 super chat. Let me scroll up, see if I can get the rest. It's hard for me to locate the super chats. It won't let me scroll up, so you can't get mad at me. Wait, I think I might have found it. I think I found it. Jesus Christ, I'm so glad I found this super chat shit, because y'all don't know what I go through. Y'all don't know what I go through over these damn funky ass super chats. So let me go ahead and get the super chat. Shout out to Solomon McFadden with the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Big H916, said coffee on me. Appreciate that, because I'm about to go get that coffee. And y'all know my coffee is venti sized, iced hazelnut, oat milk shaken espresso, extra shot of espresso with brown sugar protein foam added to it. Let me get the next one. Grand Imperial Wizard did an interview with Bryce Drop yesterday claiming they are the true Hebrew Israelites. When are we going to get a debate? Whenever they want a debate, contact them and tell them. Somebody, Zion Yashala with the super chat said, hang up on them, please. Drop City gave a super chat, said, I'm battling a Christian right now, and I'm struggling to explain Philippians 2:6. He's saying Jesus is co-equal with God. This is how you surgically cut Philippians. Most people think they got to start breaking down. So I'm going to read Philippians 2:6, and I'm going to show y'all where people fail at. This is Philippians 2:6. It says, who being in the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with God. And when you read that scripture in isolation by itself, you'll be stuck with saying, well, you know, he wanted to have the power of the Most High. When that's not the point of the scripture. The point of the scripture is to read the verse before. The verse before says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. And so what we're about to read in the next verses was in Christ's mind, and it has to be in your mind. So it says, who being in the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with God. So the first thing you tell the Christian is that this is not Christ's words, this is Paul's words. And Paul is telling us the mindset that Christ had is the same mindset we have to have. So we have to also think it not robbery to be equal with God. Once you say that, then it'll bring normalcy, if that's a word. It'll bring a normality to the understanding of this. So now let's read the next verse. It says, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of servant, and was made in the likeness of men. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to take on the role of a servant and do the works of the Most High. It's that simple. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Shout out to the TikTok audience. Shout out to the YouTube audience. I did the super chats, just so you know. So until next time, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathum, Yahweh Shema Alathum Bashem Yahushua.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom.